Hello and welcome everyone to our OHBM satellite meeting on gradients in brain organization. My name is Boris Bernhard and I'm researcher at the Montreal Neurological Institute, and I'm very excited to introduce this workshop to you today. Before we get started, I would like to ask you to mute your microphones, please, and to turn off your video so that we don't interfere with the broadcasting of the conference program. Thank you very much. As you may know, this workshop was originally planned as an in-person meeting. However, in light of the COVID-19 pandemic, we decided to move this workshop to a virtual format. And I would, for this, like to thank the members of the organizing committee for helping with this and for being really instrumental for making this workshop possible and to also transforming it. Dani Margulies, Casey Pakola, Thomas Yu, Richard Bethlehem, Sophie Falk, Johnny Smallwood, Beth Jeffries, and Julien Dorian. Thank you very much for your help, and special thanks also go to Debbie Rashowski and Sasha Kelly from the Neuro Events team who were instrumental in the event logistics. Thank you all. We would also like to thank our partners who generously supported the workshop, the Montreal Neurological Institute, the Quebec Bioimaging Network, Cuban, the McGill Faculty of Medicine, and CNRS from Paris, who generously supported this workshop. Thank you. Last but not least, I would also like to thank all the outstanding speakers who kindly agreed to speak at this workshop and to share their work with us. And they were also very flexible in transforming their talks that were originally planned as traditional talks to move them to a virtual format, and they sent us their talks on time. So special thanks to all of them, and I'm really looking forward to hearing them talk and to the discussions that will follow. Our workshop will have the broad theme of cortical gradients, and we will cover methodological aspects, look at how brain organization, gradual brain organization and cognition interact, and we will look at evolutionary and developmental principles of cortical gradients. Our workshop day is quite dense. However, I hope it's going to be very enriching and entertaining. We'll have 3 scientific sessions. The first session will be chaired by Thomas Yu and Dani Margulies on gradient methods, both from an introductory perspective as well as from a real cutting-edge perspective on gradient analytics. The second session, which will be chaired by Beth Jeffries and Johnny Smallwood, will focus on how gradients may relate to cognitive operations in humans. And the third session will look at evolutionary and developmental aspects of cortical gradients, and that session will be chaired by Casey Pakola and Richard Bethlehem. Due to the virtual format and due to trying to condense the theme, we were able to show this workshop at different continents. This, however, comes at the cost that the breaks are relatively short. So you can take advantage of the breaks to either step away from gradients for a little while, or you can stay with us and engage in hopefully fun and entertaining activities that we've planned for the 2 short breaks. During the workshop, as I mentioned already before, please try to keep your microphones muted and keep your videos off. After each talk, the chairs will moderate a short question and answer period. And at the end of each session, if we have time, there will also be an overall question and answer period, during which you can then turn your video back on and you can ask questions directly to the speakers. You can also engage with the speakers after the talk through the chat, or you can engage with the entire workshop and the speakers through social media. And I've just shown the Twitter handle here. So we'll try to tweet about each of the talks on Twitter, and hopefully we get some kind of community response. We'll also facilitate the streaming of the workshop to people who are not registered to the workshop because the registration was full. And this will happen through YouTube. So if ever you should experience some technical difficulties on the Zoom call, feel free to also check out the YouTube channel. So with this, I would like to thank everybody again to help making this workshop possible. And I would now like to pass the baton to Dani Margulies and Thomas Yu, who are the chairs of the first session. Thank you all.